I'm Sarah.
I'm Helen.
And welcome to UKPOP, where we keep it real.
So this is just a podcast for me and Sarah to talk to each other and I guess you guys about K-pop because I'm obsessed with it and I don't know how that obsession has happened so quickly. And I think I've tried to pass it on to Sarah too. Have I been successful? Have I?
100%. I have to say, I've caught the bug. I love it. I think it's fun, and I think I've said this to Helen in the past, but it reminds me of a time when pop used to be just really fun and not mean much, and not that there's anything wrong with what's in the charts right now, but it wasn't that deep before. It's just and it was just fun music. It was more fun. It was just
a little bit more aloof.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the way
it was pop music that knew it was just pop music, basically, exactly. And that's what it reminds me of.
So what we're gonna do in this podcast, or we're gonna try to do, is just bring you some new K-pop songs that have just come out, talk to you about some of our favourite songs, and hopefully you will come to like K-pop as much as we do. So in the first bit of this, what we're going to try is to talk about new releases. January and February have actually been really slow in K-pop.
Right.
I've been looking at new releases, and if you look at the debuts and the singles that come out, they're one after the other, but January and February, I don't know if they're notoriously slow, but it has been pretty slow this year, and whether that's also due in part to the Winter Olympics.
Oh, maybe.
I think
it's going to take over everything. Probably.
Yeah. It hasn't been so busy in terms of stuff being released. So we're going to look at what's been released in January and February. And we thought a good idea for this first episode would be to just stick to the girls. So all of our new songs that we're looking at are by girl groups or solo singers, or one of them who kind of fits into both categories.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, no, that's a good way of putting
it. So the first one we're going to listen to is Suzy. She's formerly from another girl band, but she's a solo artist now, and the song we're going to listen to is Holiday, featuring DPR Live.
Anyway, 난 이대로 잠이 들 것 같아. 또 좋은 꿈을 꿀 것 같아. 네가 있어서일까? 나른해 나 이대로 봤던 지친 일상 안녕 하고 잠시만 쉬렴 말해주는 너 마치 자장가처럼 따뜻한 햇살처럼 오늘은 holiday 네 꿈에 안겨 있을래 온몸에 힘이 받치네 너 나의 유일한 쉼터가 돼 오늘은 all day 나에게 딱 붙어 있을래 이리 와 for my sweetest holiday.
Yeah, alright, cool. What's a mood?
So when you heard this for the first time, thoughts? What were your first?
It was so chill. In my head, I had, purely just because of knowing this other song, so Girls' Generation, who are a huge K-pop girl group, they've been around for like 10 years.
Right.
They had a song called Holiday last year, and it was like the most poppy, really fun song. So I was like, oh, so it's going to be along the same vein. It's just totally different.
Yeah.
It's really chill, it suits her voice so well. I think it was unexpected. She's really good at ballads and sort of chill stuff like this, but I think this is just different sound for her. It's very summery, which is kind of unfortunate. But she's
now in the
like,
bleak midwinter.
Maybe maybe not the best timing for it. Although people are jetting off to hot places, so maybe
This is true.
you're taking off on that plane and you're just like,
yeah, true. That is true. It does make me want to go on holiday, so
Yeah.
I guess that does work
Yeah.
if that was the aim. But yeah, I think I agree with you in that it was just very relaxed and dreamy because her voice is so light as well.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see anyone else like singing it, if that makes sense. I couldn't see anyone else doing it.
And while we were listening to it, we were talking about the cameo that I am going to cut out of
We're gonna erase
the little
it from
sample
history.
just because I don't want it there. Is that this is a collaboration with DPR Live. So DPR Live, I love him. I think he's great, and I've tried to find Korean music outside of mainstream K-pop, which we're gonna look at later, but DPR is one of them. All of his own songs have that coming to you live. All right, cool, let's go.
Yeah,
Every song, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. It's like back from the 90s, where it's like Dark Child, Dark Child at the beginning.
Oh my god,
Is that
Red One? All those ones.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
oh my
exactly
God.
like that.
Yeah, it
except
is.
don't bring that to someone else's song,
Yeah,
especially not
that
this.
one. Yeah, you don't.
She's
yeah.
chilling
On
a beach with a private plane,
And you're in her ear,
beautiful
like, I
dress,
don't get
and then
it.
all of a sudden she's enjoying maybe a mojito. Who knows? On the beach. I don't drink, so this is
Could be
some
me,
kind
but-
of cocktail that you have on a beach. And then all of a sudden DPRs, like you say, in your ear. All right, cool. Let's go.
It's
Let's go where? I don't want to
unnecessary.
go anywhere
Yeah,
with you.
the fact he's not even in the video just makes it
Yeah.
worse. If that makes sense, it just feels very shoehorned.
And it's weird.
in.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
weird because his music videos as well. I think every music video he does has like a color palette or that is very stylistic. We'll do a DPR song at some point, and his videos, they're really artistic in a very specific way, if that makes sense. There's lots of silhouettes,
Right.
and things like that, and you know it's a DPR video, but this isn't a DPR song, and it's fine for him to keep all his trademark things in his stuff,
songs.
but
cool.
I just feel like it's out of place, kind of stamped onto Suzy's
Someone
song,
else's. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he does it, in case we wouldn't know it was him otherwise or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
like,
maybe.
by the way, like, who's this? But no, I totally agree. It's a bit out of place. Totally not needed. She should release a version that maybe doesn't have
Yeah, it doesn't have him in it.
It would be fine, absolutely, as it is.
Maybe a nice extra verse,
Yeah.
or something. just
Just sing the chorus again or something.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like,
Just
yeah.
had that out. A key
Yeah,
change.
it's a
We love a key change. We love a key change.
Yeah, it would just be fine. It would be better. I just think it'd be better without DPR. In
Yeah,
it.
it's not necessary. It
no
doesn't
shade to
add anything to it.
No.
And the lyrics of his part is just like, I'm always working, so I never get to see you. It's like, well,
I mean, I can relate, but like,
just go away.
yeah, there's a reason for that, right? Like, there's a reason I
She
don't
went on
see
holiday
you.
to get away from you.
Yes.
Guys. Let's just be real about this. You didn't want to go with her.
Yeah,
So
because you're working.
Yeah,
and you're
don't
like,
send her your part to put in your song.
she's supposed to be on holiday. You had the chance to come. You were working. You didn't want to.
I would just like the end of this video to just be like her getting back to the studio and being like, why is he in this, and ringing him up. She's like, what the hell? I thought we agreed. Like, I got on holiday to get away from you. And I'm a fan.
Yeah. That's coming from a fan, someone who likes DPR. Jeez.
I'm a fan. Goddamn. So that was Suzy Holiday. The next song that we're going to be talking about is Butterfly by Meki.
And not Weki Meki.
Yeah, not Weki
As I've been calling
Meki.
them for weeks.
I mean,
Weki Meki.
The only reason I know that it's not Weki Meki is because when it's written in the Korean characters, it says Weki Meki.
Right.
And I was like, maybe I've been wrong. And then I looked it up and it's
They
pronounced
pronounce
Wiki
it
Meki. I'm, like,
Wiki,
I'm not
wild.
being rude to spell it. But we still love you. Okay, this is Butterfly.
꺾여버린 꽃처럼 아픈
Okay, that was Butterfly by Meki. Sarah, why don't you go first?
Not my fave, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Very, very generic, very sanitized, very, you can just, but I guess you can sort of, in my mind, you can see all like the teams from around the world like walking out
Yeah.
during like the opening ceremony or the closing ceremony, which I guess is what you want, but
Yeah.
in terms of it being a good song, it's probably not what you want.
So we should mention that this song is for the Winter Olympics in South Korea, and if you look at if you watch the music video, I thought they'd do more with it, but instead it's one of those really poorly mimed. No, we're in the recording studio. You know,
we're doing
they're,
it
like,
now. Yeah,
holding
like,
the mic with one hand.
Yes.
That's not going to help you. Just put it on both ears. Just do it properly.
Makes no difference.
Designed this way for a reason. Like, put them on both your ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why you can picture that. Like, you're
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. And they've got like they're holding like sort of mascots, I think, as well, and holding it in front of their faces while trying to sing, that kind of thing. It's like this isn't
Just
live. You're not doing this
the sound
now.
engineer
Yes.
is like, again.
That was muffled. Do another take. Yeah, but I guess it's for something for such a big event like the Winter Olympics it is what you want. It sounds kind of wintry, like as well. You can sort of, you know, they're in the video they're sort of miming like bobsleighing, that kind of thing, curling. You can almost feel like an icy wind in your face when you hear it.
Nice.
But it's just
It's
not.
evocative.
It is. You can sense that, but it's just not. Yeah, it does send me to sleep. I have to say it's not my favourite.
Because I didn't really like it when I first heard it, and that was because I don't know. I heard the video version first, the shorter one. Not that the longer version makes a difference.
It gets better in the longer one.
It's like, there's a rap. No, there's no rap.
DPR's there, like.
DPR is like, alright, cool, let's go. Every time. I love it. No, it's because prior to this, the only song I knew was their other song, which is called I Don't Like Your Girlfriend.
Right.
And that's cool. Like, just before we started recording, we watched their newest song, and I think they're so good. They're really cool, in the way that like Blackpink just came straight off the bat, and they bypassed all the cutesy stuff that girl bands sometimes do. So that's why I like Meki, because I think they're very contemporary for a girl group, but for me, this sounds like a Eurovision song.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
So I think this would be great.
It does.
And I don't know whether it sounds like a Eurovision song because it sounds like an ABBA song, or vice versa, or if the two can't be mutually exclusive.
That's a very good point. But it sounds,
You can imagine
very...
Bjorn and the others. I only know Bjorn.
Gotta be like some Scandi kind of. Gotta be that.
One of them.
Yeah.
Right?
But you can definitely, 100%.
It's so Eurovision.
Yeah.
But I like it. Although, but one thing I really like about it is what I can imagine. I think it's anthemic in some ways. Like, you can imagine people waving flags and listening along to it. Like you said, you could picture the teams, whatever.
Yeah.
You could imagine it being played in an arena or a stadium. But what I think that I find so funny is that jump of like an octave or something in the chorus. You're like, and you're like, I'm nailing this. And she's like, okay,
out my sinuses.
I'm not a singer. That's the moment you realise.
Like, oh, never mind.
Like, oh, I'm not a singer.
I think that's where the song gets the most wintry, actually, with that massive like note. You're sort of like, oh, you know, Winter Olympics.
Oh yeah, I got
chills.
chills. Was it goosebumps from
Icy,
singing?
yes.
And then you're like, no, I'm actually frozen. My fingers are numb. I can't breathe properly. My
Trying to hit that
glasses
note,
are
yeah.
So it's a mix. I think it's a mixed reaction because I don't mind it.
Right.
But it's not because it's not a ballad, but it's too mid-tempo for anything else. So it's perfect for its purpose, and also Eurovision. Korea. step up and
Yes.
like, listen,
Come on.
there's going to be a space for us with Brexit. So there's going to be our space will be gone. So you could just slip in there. I'm sure that they'd accept a tune like this.
Yeah, it's...
No,
I
if
think
they
you're
let
right.
Australia take part, I mean, like,
Thank you. Why can't... Yeah,
they banged out some good ones.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's good. It's like you said, it serves its purpose. And,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's like the nicest thing I have to say about it. Sorry, Weki Meki.
You could say worse stuff. So the next artist we're going to be looking at is Go One. Now, Go One is the penultimate member. I believe she's the penultimate member of the group LOONA. And we talked about this briefly, didn't we? When we met up. So LOONA is a girl group. It's quite an exciting concept. So what they've done with LOONA is they're introducing each member one by one before they debut the group as a whole. And this is, like I say, I think there are 12 members, and this is number 11. Number 11. This is 11 from Stranger Things. So this is Go One. She has 2-ish debut singles. Because there's so many members, and what they're doing is releasing them one by one and also featuring some of them on other songs.
Right.
So we've got 2 songs that are by Go One, which is One and Only, which we're going to listen to first. And the second one is called Seesaw, which features 2 of the other girls from LOONA. But we're going to do One and Only first.
해가 덤비드는 그 순간 나도 모르게 그냥 기분 좋았죠 별빛도 참 예쁘니까 나와 발맞춰서 걸어준 그림자가 한 걸음 먼저 다가올 때 어둠도 밝게 느껴져 하늘 가득 조명처럼 밝아진 달빛 그 아래서 춤추는 내 모습이 반짝 빛이 나는 순간들을 상상해왔다 그 문이 열린 거야 baby 눈을 감고서
That was One and Only by Go On. This, so we differed in like which one of hers we enjoyed, and this one was my personal favourite. I think it's really fun, just really bouncy and cute. She's got a nice voice, and it's just a really positive song. It's uplifting. Get easy to sing. Take notes, Weki Meki. Easy to sing. Really, really catchy. Gets stuck in your head in a really good way. It's just a fun song. And I like it is uplifting when you hear it. Again, reminds me of how pop used to be, sort of in the noughties. Just not very serious. Meant for, enjoyment, that kind of thing. Your mood instantly lifts when you hear it.
You're meant to be able to make up your own dance routine.
Yeah, exactly. It's simple. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can easily do that with this song. We were talking about the video where she's sort of in like a sort of a mansion type place, and there's like branches and a weird banquet table, and then shadows and then schoolgirls running around, and then her hair changes colour when she eats a pineapple ring, and I think she hugs herself at the end. Is it like she puts like a crown on like the blonde version of herself?
It's empowering.
And then they
hug.
Her own one and only. Exactly. It's empowerment. I'm my one and only love, and you should be your one and only love too. Self-love, guys, is great. Exactly. But it is also slightly unnerving. But it's just the pineapple thing. It's like, why? It's just a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of what the name of that film was. The Nicole Kidman film. The one where she's in the house.
Is the one with Saoirse Ronan in as well?
No. It's the
The others. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Others.
I feel like we saw that together. I don't know why.
Probably
I think because the children were like allergic to light or something. I don't know why.
And they have sheets
yeah.
because there's a little.
Yeah.
There's someone in this video who's sitting in the corner. In
Oh
a
my
sheet.
gosh!
Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. That's yeah.
creepy.
So we're not sure if this is meant to be positive
Yeah,
or weird.
It's unnerving.
It's unnerving. But the message is love yourself, guys.
Yeah, love yourself. We don't know what she's
We
singing.
don't know what it's
But maybe she's singing that one and only me.
Yes. Like my one and only victim, that kind of thing. It's just a bit, just because the video is just so strange. But,
I was reading about LOONA, and I feel like I've read somewhere, I might be incorrect in this, but she is being framed as their main rapper. Because
Really?
all groups, more or less, now will have at least one rapper, even the
Right.
girl groups. We'll come to Red Velvet later, because some of them have rapped and none of them are good rappers. And I still love them, but listen. But I think that Go On is being lined up as the main rapper.
Okay.
And my thing with this song is I liked it, but knowing that her rapping is just like,
Yeah.
like your bored
Talking in
friend.
tune. Yeah. Yeah.
Who just for no reason, like you get her involved in the talent show because she can't sing, but you get her to rap and she can't rap either.
There's one arm movement.
Yeah,
She's
and
like,
she's bored.
Yeah.
She's bored. She doesn't want to be there. And she's
Yeah.
just embarrassing you and herself.
I mean, if she's like their sort of main rapper, how bad were the others? Like, I'm really sorry. She's not. Yeah, she's not a rapper.
She's not a rapper. She's got a nice
at
singing
all.
voice.
Yeah,
doesn't
that
she?
singing voice beautiful,
Yeah.
but she's not a rapper. So I'm quite surprised to hear that they're sort of,
Yeah, I
that they're
feel
going
like, I mean,
with
I
her.
might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not wrong. But it's her little rapping is just dire
Yeah.
in some ways, because it's him and him and him. It's like she seems bratty when she's singing, like, I don't want to rap, but I'm gonna have to.
Bratty. Yeah, I thought it was just like in this little song. I was like, oh, she's got like a little sort of talky bit. That's
Yeah.
so cute. But then,
She does it in Seesaw.
yeah, so
There's
it's
the
like-
tiniest amount of rap, but it's still there.
yeah,
it's
and you're
enough.
like in her own song. I'm like, oh, that's cute. She tried to rap. That's really
Yeah,
cute.
and it's
But
irritating.
in the in a group in LOONA, I don't know if this is gonna go over well.
The thing is, there's enough good singers in LOONA
To make you forget.
to let them just be like, you know what, we don't need rap.
Yeah. That's
She's
fine.
pretty.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
She
about
can
it.
dance.
Yeah.
Pop her to the side. Let her sing every now and then. She can handle the harmonies.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
So let's see. So that was Sarah's favourite one. My favourite out of the two is called Seesaw. Seesaw is actually Go On with two of the other members from LOONA, and that is Chu, who has some bangers. Oh my god, she's the one who has Girl Talk and Heart Attack.
Okay. I
Which
think you might have told me about
are two
Heart Attack. I think I've heard.
supreme bangers, yeah. And then, Heart Attack is the one that I said starts like an NW.
Yeah.
Starts like an NWA song.
I remember that. And you're like, it's
It does. I can't, like, you just need to hear it to understand. But it features Chu and Kim Lip. Chu is she's brilliant singer. Kim Lip not so much. I'm really excited about LOONA. I don't know why I'm cussing out their members. But this is Seesaw.
아니 넌 지금 내 앞에 없지. I saw you. That's right. It's been a long day. 그다지 날 지치게 한 일 같은 건 없었지만 it's been a long, long day. 오늘따라 커피를 너무 많이 마신 걸까? 진심으로 웃기도 해. 하지만 내
That was Seesaw, and that was by Go One, and I thought it was featuring Kim Lip, but by the look of it, it's Chew and Go One featuring Kim Lip. I wish it didn't feature Kim Lip. She's the really nasal voice at the beginning, like the second
She does
singer.
stick out, yeah.
Yeah,
She
so there's
really sticks out.
3 voices on this. The first one is Chew. She's got a really clear voice, and she just, I don't know, she's got a really beautiful voice and her songs bang. Kim Lip, that just, please don't sing high again, because it's just nasal, do you know what I mean? Like, you can hear her straining. But I like this one better just because, for one thing, I like the wordplay of the lyrics. They're so basic, but I see you, I saw you.
Yeah.
I'm like Seesaw, and she's like, you got me up and down. And also, again, you know when you listen to a song and there's just like one little bit in it that stands out to you that you really like.
Yeah.
In the chorus when she's like, that's so
You love
good.
that.
Apparently it means up and down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
that
and
sounds it as
the
well.
melody,
Like that.
everything about the song, the melody and like the rhythm of the lyrics, everything is so fitting to like Seesaw and Up and Down. I just think it's cool. She doesn't rap in this, thank God. She does talk after the chorus briefly. But I don't know, I just like it. I think it's unusual. I don't think there's many pop songs that sound like it. The same with One and Only, though, to be honest. They're quite unique pop songs. Yeah, I liked it. I can't see, I was thinking about when LOONA is out as an entire group. They've basically got they're gonna have an entire set list already.
Pretty much.
They could go on
the
tour
concert.
like that. Yeah, they could.
They could just do that.
Yeah,
just,
what songs are they gonna cut?
Like, there's like 12 of them. 11,
Yeah,
12.
it's gonna be
so
12.
yeah, if everyone's got 2 songs, is it, or do people have more than others?
There's like crossovers as well, because not just the schedule, I guess, for releasing the members, releasing the hostages of LOONA, releasing like debuting the members of LOONA has been, I think they were going to do one a month, but it's been spread out even more now because they have subunits already before the whole group has even debuted. Right. And subunits are really popular now in K-pop, especially when you have big groups like EXO and NCT. So just groups that have many members, they tend to start bringing out subunits so they can focus on a couple of the members of the group. And LOONA's already done that. They have 2 subunits already made up of the members.
And LOONA hasn't
debuted in full proper. Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited to see what they do, and it'll be really interesting. I think we're going to look at LOONA, aren't we, when they fully debut? Yeah. Because the other singles, in terms of the songs that have been released from the members of LOONA so far, Go One's, I would say, is somewhere in the middle. I don't think they're by any means the best. When you've got like Love Cherry Motion and stuff, such a banger.
Which bangs?
Oh, such a banger. But we'll do more on LOONA, don't worry. So that was my favourite one. And I think as well, another thing about One and Only and Seesaw is that there's the backing tracks, the accompaniment are always really percussive, like it's all just bouncing around. It's really bass heavy, which I think is unusual, but
I really like the hook on Seesaw.
Yeah,
I think it's like you said, because it's like a seesaw. It sounds kind of up and down, and just a really cute melody.
Yeah,
I think
it's cute.
nice.
It suits her. So the last new song we're gonna do.
Helen is so
excited
excited
because I love them.
It's
They
the
are
cutest.
my actual best friends. You don't even know they're my best friends. This is Bad Boy by Red Velvet. Queens of K-pop. Oh my god.
Whack it on.
후다 후다 boy 수많은 사람 속 눈에 띈 무심한 그 표정 I like that 내 호기심을 자극하지 어색한 스타일인가 입은 낯선 신경 쓴 듯 안 쓴 듯 거침없는 말투 I like that
them so
Tune,
much.
tune.
They're my best friends.
That bangs.
Oh
Talk
my
to
god,
us.
talk! I've seen this video
You're
like 100 times, and I'm so proud of my friends.
Yeah, I go. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
That's me. I'm so proud of you guys. I love you so much. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with Red Velvet, but I would also say I'm obsessed with Red Velvet.
I would say I'm obsessed. That is a lie, though.
I can't begin. When Sarah got here, she was like, "Oh, who's that on the background of your laptop?" It's Red Velvet. It's Red Velvet. They're so cute. They're amazing. I just think they're brilliant, and the concept of bad boy. I don't like it's. There's guns in it.
Yeah, that was random.
There's like a
gun,
sleepover.
Yeah.
They're blowing stuff up. It's crazy. This and so this is from their. I think it's the re-release of. It's like the newest edition of their album that they released towards the end of last year.
Okay.
Which was called Perfect Velvet, which was really cool. Like it had some great songs on it. There's one called Peekaboo. That I love. There's I Just. It's got quite a 90s girl group sound. I can't explain it, but there's a song called Look that is so 90s / even 80s pop. It's fantastic. It's got a Janet Jackson-y kind of feel to it, and it's great. And their concept for this album has been quite dark, but overall, I don't know if this is why I like Red Velvet. But overall, there's always something slightly off about their videos. I mean, intentionally. So in this one, it's full out. They're like, we've got guns, and we're like blowing stuff up. Yeah, and we're gonna walk towards you, and there's sirens, and run away. But previously, like their other music videos, there's always like a hint that they've poisoned someone.
Jeez.
Or that they've kidnapped someone. So they're this typical, for me, they're like that sinister group of girls at school that you wouldn't mess with. Right. If you know what I mean. Like, you don't know what they're capable of. To your face, they'll be really nice. Yeah. But also you think that they might have a basement dungeon. Yeah. You could go missing. Do you know what I mean? Go missing. They might be witches. I love it so much. This is it's an unusual sounding pop song compared to any of the other pop music that's coming out now. I mean, obviously we've heard some new stuff in the last 3 or 4 songs we just listened to, and this is just so different. I mean, Red Velvet are always slightly to the side of what everyone else is doing, in my opinion anyway, and I think they can pull it off because they have 2 ridiculous vocalists. Suzy and Wendy are so good. They're just such amazing singers. Everyone else has their part in the group. Yeah, it's fine. But Suzy and Wendy, my only complaint about this song is, or my only advice about this song would be, don't watch a live version of it. Ooh. Where they're singing live. And this is because, and I'm going to sound like such a hater, even though they're my favourite band, Wendy doesn't nail high notes when she's singing live. Okay, right. In the studio recordings of it, she can hit that, like, she's the one who sings that bridge. Yeah. And she sings, it's really high, and she's got the range. She has the range. She's got the range. But when she's singing live, you can always hear she's always just off it, either sharp or flat, depending. Slightly fall short. Yeah, and I mean, fair play to them. They're singing and dancing at the same time. And Wendy often looks quite nervous, and you can tell when she's coming up to those high notes that she's not confident, not keen on it. Yeah, but apart from that, I just think it's so good. There's everything about this is perfect, like, and I love it so much. Tell me what you think.
Okay, so I'm like relatively new to Red Velvet, and Hel introduced me to them. So I think I love this one. It's absolute. Just out of shot is Helen with a baseball bat, like better. No, it's a bop. Like, I absolutely love it. And I guess because like I said, I'm quite new to them, so I'm just going to refer to like what they remind me of. But they make me. I know they've been around for a little while, but they remind me of like Sugar Babes when they first came out. Sort of just like you said, just slightly off centre, a little bit edgy. Yeah. They were for like the girls who weren't really into Spice Girls, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in terms of like the darkness of their songs, like some early Sugar Babe stuff was kind of dark. Like I think like Run for Cover, I don't know if you remember that song. That was like quite dark, and I thought Overload was quite not dark, but in the sense that it didn't sound like
they were teenagers.
Yeah, they were like really like adult song, and
I love a boy.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. Yeah, and it was just all like they were talking about in my head and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That just like that's what they remind me of. Just the sort of, and just really cool with it.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
And they're the queens of like concept for me. Like that's such a Instagram thing to say. Queens of concepts, but they
Concept
are
gram.
like where the groups will change their concepts for different albums and stuff. And it's mad because this is from a reissue of Perfect Velvet, which came out. So Perfect Velvet came out at the end of last year, but in the summer of last year, I think it was, they had another like mini album that was called Red Flavor.
Okay.
And it was totally different. It was really summery. It was upbeat pop music. I just listened to their song called Red Flavor, and it's like party, happy, cheerful song for them to. I'm like, what happened in those 3 months?
Who hurt you, Red Velvet?
Who is this bad boy? What did he do?
Yeah.
To make you guys do this?
What happened that summer, guys? Like, what happened? Yeah. No, that's interesting. I think
they went
we'll
away
have
to
to.
camp. Something terrible. They pushed a boy in the river.
No,
They're just not going to talk about it. Like
they just refer to it.
Yeah.
That's so dark. Oh my god, they can't get out there.
You knew what this was.
When you walked in my house, you knew what this was. I drank the tea here, man. Seriously, it was. But yeah, that's so true. That is. Yeah.
So they're old. Like they're really good at changing their concepts, and they commit to stuff. They've had some weird music videos, but they always just nail it. And there's something about all of them nail it. And we've got the screenshot now from the end of the video up on the screen. They are nailing bitch face. Do you not think they have the best bitch faces?
Even upside down.
Even upside down. Like Yeri,
that...
who's the youngest one. She's so adorable. She's like just about 18 years old.
But
and she is giving me insecurity right now. Like,
they're all giving me "We Pushed the Boy in the River."
Yeah,
they literally.
The river. They're like, what are you going to do about it? It was 3 months ago.
Want to join in?
Very strong current. You don't know.
That's so.
We can keep this secret.
Just very. I don't know how they do it. Like honestly, like you said, they just nail it.
They nail it. They're the best.
What would you might have already answered this, but what would you say gives them the edge over Weki Meki and Blackpink? What is, because as someone who was like kind of new to K-pop, I would initially think they're all girl bands.
Yeah.
But what gives them the edge?
I guess for me, I think it is the concept thing. They slip so comfortably into different concepts. Like they can be very poppy, very girly, very or they can, so the outfits and stuff they had for that, I saw there's a performance thing for when they did their comeback with Perfect Velvet, where they do a performance of Peekaboo, which is kind of like, it's very poppy, but they're doing I don't know if I'm reading too much into it because I know what the music video is, but the music video is them chasing a pizza delivery guy around the house with a crossbow and arrow, and feeding him jelly, and he goes missing, and it's great. One of them's on the piano, like surrounded by candles or something, and it's very dark and very 90s seance-y horror film, and so that you've got two kind of conflicting ideas. There's a very cute song, and then in the same for that performance that they're doing, they're wearing really like I don't want to say elegant, but their outfits are really dressy. Like Suzy wears this kind of strapless jumpsuit and long gloves, you know, like you would wear at a debutante ball. A debutante ball. But she's wearing these like satin gloves, and she's nailing the look, and they're all wearing these really posh like cocktail dresses and stuff for this performance. And then the next song that they do in the same it must go and get changed to perform it, is look.
Right.
And they're wearing really 90s, like leggings, crop tops with long sleeves, sportswear, like, was it active leisure or whatever? Yeah, it's all that. So they're so adept at just jumping from one concept to another. They're like chameleons. They can do it all. And I think as well, because maybe they don't put as much into their dance routines aren't that complicated, if that makes sense, and they focus a lot more on their vocals. For me anyway, that's what I think. And they often perform live,
Right.
So many bands will lip sync, and they've done it from time to time, but I just think that they're great. And it's mostly the concepts and the quality of their music.
How much control do they have over
Hardly
their
any.
concepts?
It's SM. They're under
Right.
SM, so hardly any.
So can we,
They've got no control.
like, so no shade, but like, can we credit them?
Yeah, no,
with-
you're right. I don't think we can credit them. I think, but it's more a case of how they adapt to it, like how they fit into it. So,
Right.
so say for example, BTS, just because they're huge. When BTS has to do something that's a bit cute, you can just always see Suga and I guess one or two of the others, maybe RM or like Rap Monster. You can see them being visibly uncomfortable with having to do the cute
Right,
stuff.
right.
But these guys, they take to whatever concept they're given. I think most SM artists do that. So you're right, maybe it is something to do with them being SM, that for them, the concept is part of their training, is just like to be a chameleon when it comes to. Yeah, I think you got a good point there, but I still love them so much. I just think they're amazing.
Yeah, taking nothing,
Yeah.
honestly, taking nothing away from them at all. Just
I think you
yeah.
are, Sarah. I'm kidding.
Actually,
I'm kidding. That's so rude.
give me my tea back.
Yeah, get out. Okay. So that was Bad Boy by Red Velvet. They're, like I say, they're my best friends. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to what we consider a classic track. So we're just going to use this bit to just play you a song that we both, or one of us, is really keen on, not at all new. Doesn't have to be like a super famous one or a need to know K-pop song. It can still be quite recent, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But we've gone for our faves. So
Kings,
actual
K-pop.
kings. SHINee, Dream Girl.
어디서부터 시작했는지 그게 중요한 게 아니야 지금 내 눈엔 너무 완벽한 네 모습만 보이는걸 회색빛 이 세상에 네 입술만 붉게 빛나 입을 맞추려던 그 순간 또 꿈에서 깨네 아직도 네 얼굴이 이렇게 생생하네 잡았던 손의 온기가 이렇게 따스하네 밤이면 내게 다가와 비춤이 되면 사라져 매일 이렇게 똑같이 너를 보낼 순 없는데 모두 꿈인 거래지만 제발 내 떠나지 마 손을 잡힐 듯 잡히지 않는 매일 밤 이렇게 널 기다려 달콤히 사랑을 속삭이고 아침이 되면 사라질 dream girl
So that was Dream Girl by SHINee. We're spent.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like, I need a minute.
Yeah, I
do
need 10 minutes.
I need to walk it off or something. It's just
love
like
them so much.
So Dream Girl was my choice. Because
Co-signed.
yeah,
Co-signed.
because I said when we were deciding which one to pick, I was like, oh, I've just been listening to this about an hour or so ago. Can we do this one? And there was a reason why I was listening to it. What I didn't say was I'd been listening to it repeatedly.
Sarah,
because it's one of my favourite SHINee songs. Again, for similar reasons why I like One and Only. It's just positive, upbeat. The melody's so good. It's got the chorus is just like hands in the air, amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about first, the song or the video, because the video's just
so good.
equally brilliant. So it's mainly their dance routine with the microphones and their outfits,
Yeah.
and it's just a bit, they're sort of like stuck in this sort of twisted kind of house thing, and because it's like they're in a dream, you know, it fits with the song so well. Everything's a bit upside down, walking up the walls, everything's a bit weird. And they've all got these amazing suits on, like floral print trousers, and
there's a bit in it, like there's a bit in it where they've got one where they're like in this attic, I guess. I think an attic, so, and they're in the really colourful bright leopard print and flowery
and pencil the pencil
trousers.
Damon's
dressed like a pencil. Like, you can't unsee it. But
I was so glad you saw
outfit is a pencil, like it's patterned like a pencil, like the bottom is pink and the rest is yellow. Can't explain it, but and his hair is like, you've got his skin tone and then his dark hair, so it's like an upside down pencil.
Literally like
an upside down pencil. But then there's another bit where they're in suits in this like black and white lit up bit, and they look so sharp. Oh my god,
dance moves are on point. Peak Jonghyun hair.
Oh my god, like we have to mention Jonghyun. So Jonghyun was the idol who just so tragically committed suicide in December, and I remember way back, and I don't know if you remember this, Sarah, but when I first started listening to K-pop, I think I told you I was like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, they were the first band you told me about.
They were the first band I ever listened to. Yeah, and I'm not kidding you. Like when I was watching their videos, your eyes go straight to Jonghyun. If like sometimes in the dancing and stuff, you'll go to other members, but it's basically Jonghyun is the one that you look at, because everything about him, he had a presence, but it wasn't just that he had a presence, he was such an amazing singer, because you've said this to me so many times, like that note, that high note he holds at the end of Dream Girl, and if you watch any of their live shows, he has loads of bits where he holds high or really like powerful notes. He was amazing. So he's quite a focal point in this video, but they all are, to be honest. I'm really glad that we did it, that we're playing a SHINee song, because obviously we're never really going to get a SHINee song again, are we?
Well, not with 5.
Not like a OT.
OT
not
SHINee 5.
Yeah, not SHINee 5. Like, and it's going to be strange going forward, because SHINee are my full-time like favorite K-pop band, even though they haven't. I mean, they had an album out. I think it wasn't even last year. It might not have been last year when they did that. What is it called? One.
Oh yeah. It was 101, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was 2016, wasn't it? Because it was just after my birthday.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
it
was
for me.
2016.
I think it was.
Jeez,
I think it was.
Yeah. So,
oh, wow.
But Dream Girl, I love Dream Girl because it is, like you say, it's relentless and it's upbeat.
Yeah.
It's the chorus is catchy, but it's one of those choruses where like, or the whole song is like, if you try to sing the whole song, you'd be like, oh no, I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
Like,
sit down. No, I'm just gonna let the professionals do this.
The dancing is on point. SHINee have been like less so now, because SHINee have been around for 10 years. I think this is their 10th year.
They're all original members, right?
All like, original members, yeah. And a lot of groups under SM and under other labels as well have had members leave, and they've had new members. Like even Red Velvet, Yeri didn't debut when the group debuted.
Really?
So she's only 18 now, and I think she debuted with them a couple of songs down the line, maybe. I don't even know how many songs it was, but she wasn't in the original lineup. She got added in. So there used to be 4 members.
Right.
But yeah, so SHINee were kind of known for being like this unit. Like Taemin was, I think, Taemin's only 24. I think he's 24 years old, and he's been doing this for 10 years.
That's insane.
It's nuts, and he's just like the prince of K-pop. But they're known for their dance routines and just the quality of their songs. It's pure pop. One thing I love about SHINee is they're not afraid to do stuff like this. Do a song about, oh, you're my dream girl. There's nothing aloof about
while
them.
wearing necklaces, like
they
fully embrace
wearing like shorts,
shorts
and just rocking it.
An
and
eye patch. Oh my god, one of their live performances, I think it was Key, had an eye patch on.
Key rocks the eye patch frequently, man. I don't know why, but I'm here for it.
I love it. And he just does it, and they look good doing it, and
I mean
they seem to be having fun doing it.
They've got one weak member in terms of vocals singing, and that's Mino, but he is the one who raps, and he's quite good.
Yeah.
And he makes up for not being able to. It's not that he can't sing, because he can, but it's not when you're in a group with like Onyu and Jonghyun.
Yeah.
Just take a step back.
Yeah. And then you've got like Taemin is an amazing dancer as well. It's like you've got to focus on your
and
rapping.
Key slays both. Like he can rap and sing. And there are some songs where you're like, oh my god, Key, you're really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just that's what I love about SHINee, is that they're able to do these concepts that maybe other bands perhaps now would shy away from. Because even One of One was the one where they did that very early 90s fashion in the video, wasn't it? It was like polo necks with suits and gold chains, and all the girls in the video wearing like Coca-Cola t-shirts and stuff like that, and the song is so cheesy, but SHINee were willing to do that still, like even now. They're not too cool for anything, which I just think is so sweet. But yeah, we love SHINee. We will do more classics in there because we love them so much.
We'll definitely be talking about them again.
I'm best friends.
Yeah.
My male best friends.
Yeah.
So the next thing we're going to do is comeback, throwback. So in this bit, what we intend to do is look at a group who are making a comeback. K-pop comebacks happen so frequently though. It's like BTS released an album, and then a couple of months later they were like, oh, they're doing a comeback. It's like, I'm sorry, let them sleep. Just let them have a rest, for God's sake. But they don't. K-pop idols do not rest. So what we're going to do is look at a comeback and then do a throwback to one of their original songs, one of their earlier releases. So the group we're going to look at for our first ever comeback throwback is iKON.
Yay.
So their new song is called Love Scenario, or as it comes out in the song, Love Scenario. 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 Like from now on, that's how you pronounce that word. But this is Love Scenario by iKON.
우리가 만나 지우지 못할 추억이 됐다 볼만한 멜로드라마 괜찮은 결말 그거면 됐다 널 사랑했다 우리가 만든 love scenario 이젠 조명이 꺼지고 마지막 페이지를 넘기면 조용히 괜찮지만은 않아 이별을 마주한다는 건 오늘이었던 우리의 어제 또는 내일이 없다는 건 아프긴 해도 더 끝없음 상처가 더 나니까 널 사랑했고 사랑받았으니 난 이걸로 됐어 날 살아가면서 가끔씩 떠오를 기억 그 안에 네가 있다면 그거면 사랑을 했다 우리가 만나 지우지 못할 추억이 됐다 볼만한 멜로드라마 괜찮은 결말 그거면 됐다 널 사랑했다 우리가 만든 love scenario 이젠 조명이 꺼지고 마지막 페이지를 넘기면 조용히
There you go. iKON. Love Scenario. Catchy, man.
Yeah, that's the first one I thought of was catchy. It's very, it's just the chorus is like very sing-songy and very you do get it stuck in your head. I like what dancing they did have was good, but I thought the majority of it was sort of posing, which is fine, but then I do miss dance routines. I don't know why. I just feel like bands should,
because there is a dance practice
routines.
video for this,
for the
which
whole
I
song.
haven't really watched, but because I can't imagine how good it can be with the tempo of this song.
Then what can you? There's not much.
And I don't know much about iKON. I don't know if they're known for dance routines, or like all I know of them is from the other song we're going to listen to, and like a different group that one of their rappers has been in, called Hit Mob. Hit Mob. And yeah, I mean, I like it, but there's something a bit cheesy about it, but in a kind of a sarcastic way, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I've watched the music video with the captions on, and from what I can tell, it was like, oh, our romance was like a romantic drama. Now it's over. But it was like a drama. I don't know if it's somebody terrible doing the translation, but that's what it seemed like, and it just seems a bit cheesy. And you said while we were watching it that they seem like they're quite rapper led.
Yeah. And the rappers are fine. Like, to be honest, I don't know much about K-pop rappers to really compare, but which I think that is interesting that they are rapper led, because I'm guessing you don't really get that much in K-pop, which is fine, and I guess that could also explain why they mainly just bounce around as opposed to have dance routines, because if you're rappers, they don't really have
basically
dance routines.
all groups have a rapper, and it's weird when you think about it, because other like non-K-pop groups don't have that, if that makes sense. Like, not really.
No,
it would have been the
true,
rapper in One Direction. Can you imagine?
I think Liam would have tried, judging by what he's doing now. But yeah, no, it's true. They don't really.
And it's just super common in K-pop to have at least one rapper. We'll listen to the Throwback. Anthem, so we're going to listen to Anthem. And you'll see the difference. This is one thing we really wanted that we were hoping to do with this part, is to look at how far a band has come, and see the difference between what they used to make and what they're making now. And this should be interesting. So this is Anthem by iKON, and this was released, I think, in 2015. Yeah.
iKON is coming to town. 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 볼륨을 높여 창문을 올려 미간을 좁히고 원성을 높여 이게 우리 겐또 이리 오너라 이리 오너라 예 아무도 없느냐 얼쑤 연기가 쿵데레스 iKON Anthem 대한민국 센터 바비와 나의 콤비는 서태웅 월강백호 젊은이 텐션 우리 좀 핫했어 사람들의 단추를 풀어버리는 에코 엔도핀이 샘솟지 Let's just chill 여전히 저렴지 니들이 재물이 날 고기여도 다 씹어먹어줄게 커미 아저씨 이 구역을 뺐어 짝치는 놈들은 숨어 의자를 제껴 판때기 내 거고 여기 분위기는 얘거 의리 있는 사람을 지칠까 시간 됐어 집중 우리들이 나대는 지금 픽슨 너네들의 잘못된 리듬 심쿵 온몸에 춤추는 기분 5세대 락시 We gon' go get them 창문을 올려 미간을 좁히고 원성을 높여 이게 우리 겐또 이리 오너라 이리 오너라 예 아무도 없느냐 얼쑤 연기가 쿵더러러러
You gotta do it. Do you know what? Like, with that video, I would have thought they were a duo, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
I know it's because...
So that, I say it in one of the rap parts, it's like Bobby and B.I. or something. So Bobby and B.I. are the main ones, like the main vocalists on that. So it's basically just them two rapping, but iKON have featured in the rest of the video.
Yeah.
So that at the end they're all together. But it is basically Bobby and B.I. in that song.
I don't know if that was a good idea. Just literally because I would have thought it was just Bobby and B.I. and that they weren't a group. And it's like suddenly it was just like, who are all these guys following them around? Yeah. But it's the change between that and Love Scenario is wild, isn't it? Like, it's very, because Love Scenario sounds much more mainstream than this, and I can imagine this in like a 90s teen movie where they go to the club, like one of those scenes where they like meet their friends at this, and that's what's playing. But
and a fight breaks out,
or something, or I don't know if they were. Feels like it was a very conscious decision to change their sound from this to Love Scenario.
I mean, if you hear Anthem, you would probably think, oh, okay, this is like a different kind of boy band because there's so much aggression in it. Like, and that guy just sounds angry all the time. I think that's
literally
Bobby.
just goes.
Yeah,
At one point, it's so cross he can't make sounds.
He's like, I'm pissed off because of the anthem. I'm gonna go into town and I'm not ready. So you think? But I mean, because I really, really like the song. But one thing, so most boy band rappers will either try to sound like G-Dragon or T.O.P. or Top and they're both from Big Bang.
Right.
Huge boy band, whatever. Like, basically the most successful K-pop group ever, more or less. And you can definitely hear. So G-Dragon's rapping style is kind of, there's this sort of mocking tone to it. Like, so when you hear in the chorus, they're like, yeah. That is
right.
G-Dragon down to the T. Like, that's it. It's that sneering kind of.
Yeah.
I'm cooler than you. And the whole video, isn't it? They're like, we're so cool. But I love it. Like, they look. The video is so cool. Like, it's all black and white, and the dance routines. The dance routine is so. It's really minimal, isn't it? Like, they can be lazy with it, if that makes sense. They don't have to commit, and that's that aloof thing again of like being a rapper in essentially a pop group. But then Love Scenario comes out, and it's just a full-on boy band song.
Yeah, it's so strange hearing them one after the other like that.
But there still is a element of that kind of
aloof,
sneering.
Especially in the lazy kind of chorus as well. Just very.
There's another group that pulls that off really, really well. That because we were saying how this is kind of rapper led. Block B.
Okay.
So Block B bangs so hard. Honestly, I can't even like they're so good. And they've done a couple of. Like, they've got a song called Toy, and it's like, I'm your toy, all you need is me, I'm your toy. But the rest of their songs, that like, they do the nuttiest songs, and they're just jokers. They've got such a good sense of humour, and the videos are all crazy. They're just like a bunch of really funny, confident guys. There's two main rappers. It's very similar to iKON's setup. They've got singers, and they do dance routines, but they have fun with it. Like, they managed to pull off that we're committed to this, but we're also
not. Yeah.
And I feel like Love Scenario just misses out on it. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
do you want this or not?
It's like oh my god, right? I don't know whether I imagined this. Isn't it in Greece where Danny like brushes up for Sandy? Like,
like some cardigan.
He has a cardigan, and it's like that. Like, dude, what are you?
He's like, I'm trying.
I wondered if I'd made that up. I'd imagine.
No. That's a very good comparison. Very true. Especially with like when it in Love Scenario, and when they're sort of doing the chorus and they're all like bouncing around. It's like it doesn't fit. It's like it doesn't quite work.
Because I like the second time you hear the chorus, because the chorus is at the very start of the song. The second time you hear it is after the first verse. This like second bar of it or whatever, this bass line kicks in that hasn't been there before. And you can tell they're like, oh hell yeah. This is it. This is a drop. And you're like, no.
You thought,
you're still
like,
singing about
K-dramas.
Still hanging out on the floor of the garage dancing together, you bunch of
can't
idiots.
like throw hands like, I love is like a drama, like it doesn't work.
And you can get that with Anthem because it's aggressive and it's like, this is it. This is like Anthem. Like, it's our anthem, man. Come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
But so that, I think there's a huge difference. Okay.
Spot on.
We got interrupted. And we've literally forgotten where we were when we were talking about Anthem and iKON. So
sorry.
We're just gonna move on. If you're interested, we got interrupted with snacks. So get used to it.
No regrets.
Just get used to it. So that was our comeback throwback. And the last part of this podcast is what we're going to do is I think it would just be really cool to look at some music from Korean artists that you wouldn't really classify as pop or mainstream pop, things that aren't coming from the major labels like JYP, YG, SM. So these are, we're looking at outsiders or smaller labels, especially things that are like R&B or just slightly different from, you know, mainstream girl groups and boy groups and idols. We've got 2 songs to listen to. The first one is by a guy called PH1, who I really like. I think he's a little bit quirky. This is not a quirky song, but it's very chill and I really, really like it. It's called Communicate, and here it is.
우린 서로 많이 싸우고 또 다퉈 오고 가는 가시에 둘의 말문은 막혀 자기 말하기 바쁘고 and the reason we argue now we don't even remember what it was that caused the problem 우린 왜 싸워야 돼 때론 맴도는 말도 다 참아야 돼 가까운 사람한텐 더 많이 주고 나지 깊은 상처 맘은 흉터 남고 굳게 닫혀 맞서 fights on and it's always my fault yeah 우린 나눌 이야기가 많아 나누지 못한 감정과 서로 향한 고마움과 서러움까지 사랑을 말로 못하지 Love, I don't really sing about it no more I don't really sing about it no more I don't really have feelings no more I don't really have feelings no more Fights, no lies, wrong rights Overnight we don't stop, yeah 대화가 없이 어찌 네 맘을 알아 하루빨리 시간 내 맘을 나눠 We all need to communicate We don't need any complication 우린 대화가 필요해 우린 대화가 필요해 yeah. We all need to communicate We don't need any complication 우린 대화가 필요해 우린 대화가 필요해 yeah.
That was PH1 with Communicate, and that was featuring Hoodie, but we won't really hear much of her in the clip that we put in here.
Unfortunately.
We'll try. We might. That'll be a surprise for us when we actually complete this. So what do we think of PH1? PH1 is like he's a rapper. I think he's got quite a sing-song rapping voice. It's really nice. It's really pleasant to listen to. Like, when we just listened to iKON, and they're going for this aggressive kind of in your face. We're young. We don't give crap kind of. But he's just chill, and there's something really relaxing about him. And he's got, I think a lot of rappers, him and again going back to DPR, they have these rhythms in their rapping that they always fall back on. Right. He does it. So he's got a song that I think I told you about it called Donut.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Donut's such a banger. Yeah. And it's like he has this. There are a couple of rhythms in that you hear in this, similar, and you're like, oh, okay, so he's falling back on that again. But it's quite. It's not super noticeable with him, and he's just everything about his voice has just got a really nice tone. He's not too flashy. I don't think he's rapping about stupid stuff, if that makes sense.
I don't think it doesn't sound like it. It sounds more like a
and, you know.
I think it sounds like a relationship slow jam, right? But it is. It's really just really relaxed, really, like you said, he's got a very smooth sort of rhythm of like rapping and singing, which he does really well in this. And I was saying to Helen that you can see Drake putting something like this out, but I don't want to take anything away from PH1 by comparing it to Drake. Does that make sense? But it's just very exactly. It's not, but that's who I thought of, and it's I like it. It's just very very chilled out, very smooth.
It doesn't go anywhere.
No.
But
which is,
it's okay.
It's fine that it doesn't. It's just very steady.
There's no like middle bit where someone suddenly starts belting something out, or like there's no breakdown.
Yeah.
It just peters along, but it's just nice. I wouldn't relegate it to like, oh, it's nice to have one in the background, because it's chill, and
More
if we
than
knew
that,
what the hell he
yeah.
was singing about, we might be like, oh my god, this is really deep. But it's from a little, I think it's like a little EP called Gatsby he's released, and it's got 2 or 3 songs on it, but they're all featuring someone else. He regularly collaborates with people. That's just something he does. But yeah, I really like him, and I think he's not at all mainstream, but I like it like that, if that makes sense. I don't want him to become like someone who gets featured on big records. I think
he's more, he's way better than that. Yeah, he's better to be than being a feature.
Because look what happened to DPR. Because Suzy, like Suzy's huge, and DPR is just swooped
Oh, poor
in.
DPR.
Also, we've been ragging on him the whole time.
Do you know what?
Let's go.
Oh, sorry, there's something else I noticed. You might be able to explain it better because you're more musically inclined. But like in the chorus, I think it's in the second line, there's sort of the notes, I wouldn't say they clash, but there's just something
so the harmony
different about
so
which I
noticed that too.
really like. I don't know if there's like a name for it or whatever, but I really liked it. It worked.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like a suspended chord.
Okay.
So it needs to resolve. So you've got 2 notes that don't necessarily sound bad together, but they need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
Which is what happens when you've got a suspended
because one
chord.
of them changes. I think it's the higher one that
it goes
somewhere else,
up.
like you're saying. Yeah.
And you're expecting it to resolve, like maybe by the lower one to come up, or for this one to come back down again. And it doesn't, but it just moves on. It keeps moving. And again, considering that the name of the song is Communicate, and he's saying we all need to communicate, I think it's a conscious decision to have that kind of dissonance in the chorus and have it just be like, this isn't quite resolved. I think it's reflective of what he's singing about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the only smart thing I'll say all day. But I like him, and I just think Hoodie is, her voice.
Yeah.
The thing is, she's one of them people you're like, oh, she could sing the phone book and she'd sound good, but I'd be like, why would you make her sing the phone book? Yeah, write some songs, because she's good.
Yeah,
she's great. And they complement each other so well in this, and yeah, I really like it, and I think it's a good like outsider. If you're interested in Korean music, but you think the other stuff is too poppy, this would be a good one. He'd be a good place to start. But the last one we have, and this is the one I said to Sarah, listen to this last, because you're gonna love it. Yeah. It's by a guy called, and I think it's pronounced Naul, or like Naul.
Okay.
Just when you look at it written in Korean, it doesn't look like the way we were pronouncing it. We were like, Naul, it's Naul. Like his name's Neil or something, but I think it's like Naul or whatever. But I will find out. But this song is called Baby Funk, and well,
it bangs. Yeah.
That was Baby Funk by Naul. I'm guessing
Love
that's
it.
how you say his name.
We'll go with Naul.
We'll go
and
with
see what
Naul.
happens.
Yeah, Sarah, tell me what you felt about Baby Funk.
Yeah, I guess the only way to sum it up would be like the video of, you know, where they're just like dancing around in their room, just totally free.
And it's just
That is
chill,
how that's,
isn't it?
yeah, just chill.
It's grey outside, but you stick on the Baby Funk.
And it's just sunny. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very sunny, and you just want to, just dance around. And when you hear it, very, very kind of disco. It's got like a bit of a disco feel, which I really, really like. Just very chilled out, very happy.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say similar things like I did with Holiday. It's just very, very summery and
It just
positive.
makes you feel good, doesn't
Yeah,
it, to listen to.
Exactly. It's so nice. And his voice is so smooth.
It's
Like,
so smooth.
so nice.
It's that kind of smooth where it's just like you're not even having to try and
just
like,
very
they're
light.
not doing anything to make it sound like that. It's just the general tone of his voice.
Yeah, and you know there's that he's sort of pulling his punches. You know, when if he like really sang something.
Yes, you
You
know he's
know it'd
holding
be
back. And you can
incredible.
hear
Yeah.
it. It's like, You're like, you know he wants to belt out already. It's only just started.
Exactly.
And he wants to just smash out some high notes, but he
Yeah.
just doesn't. And it's this control in like, because he's singing in that falsetto voice for a lot of it. Well, no, it's the bridges and stuff like that where he's singing in. They call it your head voice when you sing up high.
Right.
And he does it in the bridge, and he's got such good control wherever he's singing, like whether he's singing like his lower range, whatever. It's just so good. Towards the end of the song, he starts ad-libbing over the chorus, and I don't know. I love it. I think he's so good, and but it reminds me of like kind of 70s-ish, like George Benson kind of smooth.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where you've got some guy and he's playing guitar impossibly well, but he's also smashing out some sweet vocals. And you're like, mate, how are you doing this? Like, and you're like, I just want to watch you. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That just is perfect. And the thing is, it's winter now. It's cold outside when we're listening to it, and you're just like, oh, it takes me away. But you could play it any time of year, and it would just make you feel summery and happy. I just love it, and it's very. I feel like, I think I was reading up about this guy, and I think that he was in a group, because you were asking me like if he was from a group, and I think he's from a group, but as in like a band, like a full-on band with instruments as opposed to like dancers and concepts and stuff. So I think his background is more like actual musicianship, which is why he sings like that.
He sounds. I was asking you how old he is, because a lot of the people we've been listening to are obviously very young. You said he was like in his 30s or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And he sounds it, which is what I love. It's just very adult, but like in a really good way.
Because I think, and a lot of because some of the stuff we've listened to today, I know with like Go One and with iKON as well, we were talking about sort of arrogance in the voices. Like there's a little bit of a kind of like, listen, I'm an idol and I'm already top of my game, so a little bit sneery, trying to have a bit of attitude and not be this sugary K-pop thing, whereas he has no need to make any other impression other than I can sing.
Self-assured, comfortable, confident in himself and his talent, which I think is why I like Jonghyun so much as well, because he's just very very comfortable like in himself and in his talent anyway.
For sure.
Didn't have to, like I said, didn't have to play aloof, didn't have to like sneer, didn't have to lead anybody on, that kind of thing. It was just very.
You can hear. It's really weird because like you can hear it in a lot of SHINee songs. Later on, anyway, the songs that they do, especially in just slammed the laptop. Especially the songs in their most like their last album. There's 5 of them, not the Japanese album. They did a Japanese album, but they did the One of One, which was the last like Korean one. In that album, there's a number of songs where Jonghyun and Onyu, who are like the main singers, they do I can't explain it, but they ad-lib in ways where it's just like, we're 28 years old, like we know what we're doing. The songs are a little bit more grown up on that thing as well, without being smutty or like, do you know what I mean? And and I think older singers are able to get away with that kind of thing, and especially him again not being part of that idol world. It's just such a decent song, and it's baby funk, and you're just like, oh my god, this is good. But we had to, because wasn't we talking about it? He doesn't really sing in a lot of Korean in this song. A lot of English, because you sing like, I know, da, 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 da. You're like, oh, this is words I understand, and then occasionally he'll just throw in something in Korean, and you're like, okay, yeah. So I won't sing along with that line.
That's fine. You carry on.
You
carry on.
You do that Korean thing, and then we'll talk later.
Yeah.
It's mostly in English, which is kind of a cheat, but yeah.
Yeah, we're all like giggly because we just love it.
Love it. It's just a good song, and it's so us as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it is a like, getting into K-pop is, you just have to be aware that it is so, like, there is some really poppy pop music in it. Like the 4 girls that we listened to at the start, they're actually, that's not representative of how kind of bubblegummy the pop music can be even now. So there's a group called Elris who are out, and I would just say listen to some of Elris's music, because they are nuts.
Right.
Like
good nuts, bad nuts.
Weird nuts.
Okay.
Like weird, just bizarre, strange nuts. Like they're cutie pop, but the songs don't make any sense. So they've got a song called Pow Pow, or I think it's either Pow Pow or Pow Wow, and it's the lyrics about love being a volcano, and it's just a weird song, but it's cutie pop. It's like really sugary pop, and there's definitely a place for that in K-pop, but there's also, I think, room for so much more, and they do it when they do it, when you've got these outsiders like PH1, like Baby Funk, like Dean is another one.
Right.
They do it so well when they don't have the control of the labels, and they're able to just create the music they want. So we hope we can do more of them with this.
Definitely.
Yeah. But we've come to the end.
We did it.
Our first episode. We made it with one hitch.
Yeah.
It was a snack hitch.
Hitch. So is it really a hitch?
Yeah. Can you really call anything involving a
Yeah,
snack hitch?
It's fine.
No, if anything, it gave us a boost of energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Much needed.
Yeah.
Samosa style energy. And
yeah.
it's led us
It's
to
worth
this
it.
point.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. If you listened, if you didn't listen, you're obviously not hearing me talk
Talk
now.
about why you
Yeah,
didn't you
so,
listen?
I mean, you've made me look like
But
an
you'll
idiot.
but you'll
so
feel
thanks.
it in your subconscious.
Yeah,
Because you'll be guilty
Yeah.
that you didn't listen.
We're sending those vibes. No good vibes only for you.
Yes.
Person who didn't listen. So we're gonna see how we do with this one, and then we're gonna try and bring this to you more regularly, and hope that you can join us on our K-pop journey.
Yay.
Thank you for listening, and keep it Korean.
We're keeping it. We're keeping the
We're
slogan.
keeping it Korean. We're keeping it Korean.